It's Way Up with Angela
Way
Yee.
up.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
New Mano. And let's get into what's going on during this Diddy trial. You know, they're doing these closing arguments.
Right.
And the defense has started their closing arguments, arguing that the prosecution exaggerated its case and the evidence only showed a swinger's lifestyle.
That's right.
That is their defense. But the prosecution yesterday was giving their closing arguments. That took about 5 hours, and they went through 2 decades of alleged crimes, saying that he does not take no for an answer. They also broke down the meaning of racketeering when it came to Diddy. The concept is simple. When someone commits a crime as part of a group, they are more powerful and more dangerous. The Combs enterprise consisted of an inner circle of loyal security guards and a chief of staff. Many of that crew's orders were carried out by foot soldiers who have known the full scope of their boss's criminality, but they still played an important role. So that's the inner circle. That's the racketeering where that comes in. They did also bring up the Kid Cudi firebombing, allegedly, and also bribery. They described Diddy's alleged $100,000 payment to the hotel security at the Intercontinental in exchange for what Diddy believed was the only copy of that video of him assaulting Cassie. They also spent time discussing sex trafficking charges with both Cassie and the Jane Doe that was on the stand. And they talked about love bombing early on in the Jane Doe and Diddy's relationship, to the gradual introduction of sex with escorts, to the love contract where he was going to pay her rent for 2 years, using that deal as leverage to get her to continue doing these hotel nights. They brought up sex tapes, and they also said in some of these videos, because they did show some of those videos, you could see that she was high on a different drug, a liquid Molly drug. And so they ended that by pointing out that these women were not freely choosing to participate in hotel nights. There were constant threats to release sex tapes, stop paying this woman's rent, ultimately the threat of a violent outburst. And so these were not free choices, free will. It's not an adult woman making a free choice. That was what the prosecution said yesterday. So today we're watching to see what the defense is going to say. Your thoughts?
Cap, I just seen a man as just a freak doing what he want to do.
Well, that's what the defense is going to argue today.
I don't see Rico, and I know the feds, and I know how they play, and I know the narratives that they try to spin and try to make their case better, and this is just what they do.
Well, Diddy, in the meantime, has new lawsuits. I would say both of these lawsuits are by the lawyer Tony Busby. So already,
funny,
already, you know, if I was going to do something now, that wouldn't be the one. Right. But Diddy's being sued by a man who says that he was sodomized by him at a house party after telling him, "You're about to get that Diddy love." The man is named Brandon Adams. He said he was invited to a party in 2021 only to go and get sexually assaulted. He said these drinks he had made him dizzy. He found an empty bedroom, collapsed onto the bed, fell unconscious, and the next thing he remembers is a hand unbuckling his belt. He said he was rolled from his stomach onto his side and said, "Don't worry, you're about to get a great massage." And that's when he says he was sodomized. He said he felt pain and a vile sensation. Well, he said he was drugged, and that's why he was passed out. He said he tried to confront Diddy, but security guards intercepted him and told him he could either play along and leave the party like nothing happened or leave the hard way, and that's why he ended up signing an NDA and leaving after that. And then there's a woman who is suing Diddy and his son, Justin. She says that she was lured to the mansion where she was then gang raped, according to what she's saying in this lawsuit. In 2017, she was interested in working in entertainment. She said she had some marijuana. She feels like it was laced. And 3 other men showed up at the house in masquerade masks, and one of them was Diddy because Justin kept calling him Pops, and she could tell by his mannerisms. And so that is her allegation. All right, well, that is your Yeetie. We'll keep you updated on what's happening in court today. When we come back about last night, we got to hear where you've been, Mano. It's Way Up.